Hello all, welcome back to the tutorial of C programming for beginners. Hi, this is Sakthi Arun, M.Tech student from NIT Patna. I'm supporting the missile Ingeniator. In this lecture video, I'm going to give a practical examples, simple C program for jump statements in C. Okay, basically there are four types of jump statements are there: go to, break, continue, and return. Okay, so I'll be explaining with a simple C program for each of the jump statements. Okay, so at first I'm going to give example for go to. Okay, so to do that I'm going to declare an variable as int a. Okay, so for go to statement we should have some label name, so I am declaring the label name, okay, as a loop. Okay, and then I going to give an example for with the do while. Okay, so do when I declare a do statement. Okay, so you should have some body inside that do statement with some commands. Okay, here I'm telling like a plus plus. Okay, I am incrementing the whatever the value I have assigned here, right? Say if I initialize the value to 0. Okay, if I initialize value to 0, and then I'm telling like it's a plus plus. Okay, so this a plus plus is nothing but a post increment. Basically this does the function of an increment. Okay, so that's what the function of an post increment. It's nothing but simply like a equal to a plus a plus 1. Okay, so what we can do is we can have some if statement inside this. Okay, yeah, say that if a is equal to 5, then you are telling like we can do a post increment inside this if statements. Okay, after doing in a post increment, you are telling you can command that you can change the control of the program to an label name. Okay, so when you mention the label name here, it actually transfer the control of program of executions in this path to it again go back to the where the label name is present. Okay, so the next case is I'm giving like a plus plus, and then this a plus plus is for the overall in case if a is not equal to 5, then for an increment of a value I am giving the statement as a plus plus. Okay, so now we're going to print the value of an a. So to that I'm using a printer statement. Okay, so the value of a equal to percentage d. Okay, percentage is for integer value. Okay, so and then I'm going to give variable as a and closing here. Okay, so basically for a do while, after the do statement we should have an while statement. Okay, so that is followed by the do statements. Okay, so now after the do statement ends, right, you have to have while statement. For that I am using while command, while, and then I am giving the condition I less than or equal to okay, I am giving till 7. Okay, so I'm after that we have to terminate the program. We have to with this semicolon is basically for when the condition is fails, right, it terminates a flow and then come out of the loop. Okay, so now let me run the program. Okay, so basically I have declared the I have declared the variable as a, so I have to use variable as a. I'm running the program. Okay, so if you see this program, what happens is I will tell you the result is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 is missed. Okay, and 7 is printed. Why 6 is missed, I will tell you here. See, when the program execution starts, okay, the initial value is 0. So what happens is it goes here, it does the while do statement is executed. It will check here if statement if is a equal to 5. Okay, if these conditions fail because 0 is not equal to 5, so what does it is, this value becomes 0 plus plus. So which is nothing but the value is now 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1. Okay, so the value of a is printed as 1 in the initial case. So similarly for the further increment case, it becomes 2, and then it becomes 3, and then it becomes 4, and then it again becomes 5. Okay, so when the a values become 5, it's printed, it comes here a 5 is less than 7, so it goes inside the loop. Okay, again the do statement is executed. If a equal to 5, so this condition is now become true. Okay, so this condition is true when a value is equal to 5. Okay, so when the a value becomes 5, what happens here is it becomes 5 plus 1, which is equal to 6. Okay, so this becomes 6. And now what happens, instead of going to the next statement, the program execution flows transfer to the again to the loop. So what does it do? It's again to the do statement. You check here, if 6 is equal to 5, so this condition is failed. Okay, so if this condition is failed, then it come out of this if statement, and the value now become is 6 plus 1, which is 7. Okay, so the value of 7 is printed. In the next case, as the value of 7 is not less than 7, so while statement fails, it come out of the execution flow. Okay, so this is how the value of 6 is missed in the output window. Okay, so this is an example for a go to statement. Now let me give an example for break statement. Okay, so now let us go for a break statement. Okay, so for break statement, let me use a variable as a. Okay, so I'm going to let me, I can also directly use in a for loop. So I with the for loop concept, I'm going to explain this concept. So I am initializing the value to 1, and then I'm telling like a should be less than, say assume I'm telling till 10. Okay, less than or equal to 10, so we have to use the equal to symbol here, and then I'm using a plus plus. Okay, so inside the for loop, I'm telling, okay, if in case the value is a equal to 5, when the value of a is 5. Okay, what we have to do is we have to break the statements. Okay, so I'm telling like I'm going to break the execution flow. Okay, so I'm telling like sorry, let me give commands like this. Okay, so I'm breaking the execution flow. Okay, and then we're gonna print the value of a. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to use the value of for printf statement is used for printing the value of an a. Okay, so the value of a, for each loop, for each iterations, the value of a has to be printed, such that we'll be making a get to know that when the statement is breaked and came out of the loop. Okay, so I'm running this program. Okay, so basically we have to use a semicolon here in all the between each expressions. Okay, so basically what happen, okay, if in this flow, why the value is not printed till 10 is when the value of actually the iteration start from 1, the value of a is 1 is printed. When the iterations become manipulated to 2, okay, so the value of 2 is printed. When the value is 3, similarly it goes off. And when the value of 5 is encountered here, it break the statement and the value of 5 is not printed, and it came out once the break is executed encountered, it come out of the loop and the program is ended. Okay, so in case if a is not there, okay, sorry, if break statement is not there, then what happens is I am running the program. Okay, so see here the value of a is printed from 1 to 10. Okay, so this is the example for break statement. So similarly, if I want to give an example for continue statement, basically in break statement, once you encounter break statement, it come out of the loop. But whereas in case of a continue statement, it after this conditions is true, it comes here, it says continue, and instead of execution of these further lines, it go back again to the conditions checking. Okay, so this is what the continue does. So that's why if you see here, when the value of a is 5 is after the data manipulations from 1 to 5, when the value is 5, it is these conditions become true. So when it's encountered the command continue, the program control flow is transferred to the again to these conditions. Okay, so these conditions, so when the conditions become when it's 5, it goes to continue, and then the continue, it again go back to the conditions. So from conditions, the value of 5 is less than 10, so that's true, so it comes here and the data is manipulated to 6, so the value of 6 will be printed. That's how the value of 5 is skipped in the execution flow. Okay, so I have given example for break and continue. Now let us go for command of return. Okay, basically in a return statement, what we can do is we can return some values. Okay, so since I used here main function as an return, it returns 0. Okay, it returns something for this data type. Whereas in case of a void, if I use a void here, then I did not want to use any return with expressions. Okay, I can simply say return, and I can say print of welcome to missile engineer. Okay, so I'm running the program by terminating this printf statement, and then I run this. Yeah, the program got executed successfully. Okay, but whereas in case of an integer main, if I use int, okay, so what happens here is you have to return something, at least some values. Okay, so that's why we always say that we at least return 0 when we use integer type. Okay, but basically now it doesn't throw any error, but in case if you are doing some data arguments value, if you are passing to the any main functions, you should return something. Basically for return functions you have to use if you are using integer type of functions, then you have to return with some expressions. Okay, to do that I am going to give some simple example, like say we declare variable as a equal to 1, we are initializing, and the value of b equal to 2. Okay, and we're going to find the sum of these two numbers. To do that I for sum I'm going to return from the function called add. Okay, add, we're going to add the variable a and b. Okay, so now we have to use return 0 for this integer main function. So this add has to be somewhere declared, so I'm using here as int add. Okay, in int add I'm going to use the same variables whatever we are going to pass as an argument. Okay, so this functions concept, basically this is function concept. These functions in C I will be explaining in a future lecture video. For a time being I just want to give example that what this return statement is. Okay, basically this return statement is return something to an to the main to the functions. Okay, that functions once it get executed it will transfer the function again back to the main function. Okay, so now we are going to do performance of additions. Now if I run the program, okay, so sorry, we have to print the value of a sum, right? So let me use a printf statement for printing the values. So value of a equal to percent. Okay, so let me directly use sum because a and b I have given us a constant value here. Okay, so I have percentage d, and then we have to use here as a sum. Okay, sum, and terminate this line, and I'm running the program. Okay, so the value of sum is 1 3 1 plus 2 is 3, so the value of sum becomes 3. Okay, so what it does is 1 and 2 is passed here, it returns the addition value of those two constants value which is present in this variable. Okay, so this is how a return statement is functional. So I hope you guys have understood the concept of go to, break, continue and return statements. If you guys have any doubt in this four statement, please post it in the comment section. Okay, thank you all for watching this lecture video.